Alright, we are starting up SLAI, Steel Lance International Arena. It is a PS2 game. I don't remember when it was launched, but it is like a version over from Phontom Crash on the Xbox. It is a continuation. Well, not a continuation, but like a new game. And the interesting thing about this game was I was in love with Phontom Crash. Probably my favorite Xbox game of all time. And the good thing was it had like the key elements from Phontom Crash. The bad thing is it didn't feel as good as Phontom Crash did. It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't as up to par in a way for me. The story mode was more in depth than the other. Phontom Crash had an alright story mode, kind of like a Pokemon-esque, where you fight through all the tournaments to be the best, and you know that's good. This one has more of an in-depth one with like an actual little story plot as you climb the ranks. I actually never beat this game, unfortunately. So that is what I'm aiming for here. This is the starting phase. Kind of name my character Fire, as you saw. I forget, this part is just like more or less the system crashes. I think I cut this part out. No, I didn't. That's kind of annoying. I thought I had that cut. Anyway, so quick little reboot, and then we continue on. So yeah, as you see, kind of just hopping along here. Like I said, there is a story plot to it. I talk a little bit about it here with the school, like the news, and then we go to the battle school, which is more or less what we have to do in order to get our license to actually play. After that, pretty self-explanatory, kind of boring to be honest. He goes over a little bit of it. I need to actually cut this part. So yeah, he goes over it, and when he does, it's, like I said, pretty self-explanatory. We go take the exam, and with the exam is how we are enabled to continue on with the game. It's what we use to mind blank here. It's how we actually are enabled to actually play in the tournaments and fight. I had such a mind lapse. I am sorry about that. Yes. So, like I said, we go into the... He explains it. We go into the exam. And that's pretty easy to do in and of itself, to be honest. The exam, though, is kind of a pain in the butt, if we are to be honest. Because it takes me a while to get the boss to show up. And in order to carry on with the story more, you have to reach the boss, fight the boss. Well, you have to survive long enough to fight the boss. And that in itself is not hard. To a degree. The higher the tournaments go, the more you're going to fight people that have more customized mechs. They're also going to have better chips, which are what more or less are the brains of the operations for your robots. that increase with accuracy, your jumping abilities, your dodging abilities, as you just saw a sidestep there. So overall, not terrible, but it can also be a pain in the butt. And I have it sped up here because otherwise it would take way too long just to sit here. It'd be like a 30+ minute video easily if I had it at a normal speed. I don't want that, so we're not gonna have that. As you can see, missile barrages running around. The whole goal is to kill things, destroy other mechs, and to get the boss out. The more you destroy, the faster the boss comes out. I didn't do bad. I had a fair amount, but sometimes the boss could come out right away. Sometimes it takes a bit. And to be honest, I'm using guns in this one right now. I don't prefer using the guns. I'd rather use melee because they're stronger and, well, they're stronger. Pretty self-explanatory there. Let you see some gameplay footage. The camera I'm so not used to. Now, the reason why you see me run into walls a lot and like kind of be weird gameplay is because the screen that I was playing this on, it was super dark and I could not see as well as it was in the video. The video is actually a lot brighter than what I was playing on. It was more or less black in some of the tunnels and shit. So, fun times, but I'll survive. Because there's also several different cities that I could go to, well, countries rather, for servers. I went into the Hong Kong one because I remember it the best right now. So, also you get more money for like destroying like broken cars down and buses, and also shooting the ship that supplies the airdrops. So that's another thing. When you go through the battles, you get the money. The money is used to purchase new chips, increase your chips, recover them, also to customize your mech. So you could increase the weight and decrease the weight of all your mech's parts. Increasing it increases the power of the weapons, also the weight. Your legs have a limited amount of weight, so you cannot, well, you can go over it, but your robot will act really slow, so I don't advise that. The lighter your mech, the faster you move, but also the less armor and defense you have, so that is not a good thing. Now, weapons change their power, but if you're using a gun, when you increase the weight, you also change the ammunition capacity. So if you have a base gun and it's at a weight of 0, so it's not increased or anything, it can have like 100 rounds. You increase the weight to increase the power, it could go down to like 40 rounds if you get up too high. So depending on how you want it, if you decrease the weight, you lose the power, but you do get more ammo for that gun. Also, the controls are pretty self-explanatory. Well, not self-explanatory. As you can see right here, I'm actually starting to purchase my mech, and that's the fun part. Alright. So, with that, yeah, as you can see, I'm purchasing all my parts for my mech. So I'm looking at them and adjusting how I am accordingly to it. I go with the Proton 6 legs, high speed, also has good weight capacity. And with that, I'll also buy a assault rifle, and I'll also buy the Samurai Steel. The Samurai Steel, like I said, melee weapon, good damage, and it is something I prefer. I'd much rather have melee weapons over like machine guns. Also, I'm also buying a optic camouflage. The optic camouflage lets you get untargeted by missiles and some of the other weapons, but there is a cooldown. It is not infinite, and getting shot while you're in it will bring you out of it. I'm setting up my mech. I also don't have any shoulder weapons because I don't really use them. But the shoulder weapons have like missile launchers, grenade launchers. Some classes have like a specialized heavy weapon, like a grenade launcher that's super powerful, but super heavy. The chip, like I said, is the brains of the operation for auto aim speed, lock on speed, stuff like that. I personally like the wolf. The bear wouldn't be bad for the build that I'm going, but I'm not using the bear. I am using the wolf. Its name will be Lobos. And yeah, that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Now, I'll be doing one more round of battle after I get this all set up. I am doing a D-class tournament. There's also a lot of other things you can do, like there is music that you can buy in-game, such as like Zebra Head, little story stuff, blah 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 blah. Sometimes I hate story stuff. Other times, blah. Now, the best part is there's 3 entrances. So if you want to get a good start, not get attacked, you can pick the entrance that doesn't have anything near you. I personally forget what I picked. Okay, I picked one that an enemy just came out of. Now, when you spawn, you come out with a shield that prevents you from getting damaged for like 3 or 4 seconds. All robots have that. It's not you specifically, it's any robot that comes out of the gate automatically starts it. As you can see, when you have a melee weapon, you lunge. So that is another good thing. I missed. Oh well. Now, see how powerful it is? Gun would have taken a couple shots. Melee, 1 shot at that thing. Now, they are also super weak. Also, 2 shot for a regular robot. Back shots, if you hit them in the back, it is a weak spot. Now, in this game, unlike Phontom Crash, your weapons can be damaged and you see it. Like Phontom Crash, you can lose your weapon, but in this, it shows you how the damage is portrayed to your weapons, and you can lose your weapons. Supply ship drops health, ammo, and it also drops money. Color coding is white for health, blue for money, green for ammo. It drops 3 boxes every time it shows up. So that's the cool part about that, but you can also just destroy it for like 1,000 or something like that dollars. Now, I so far at this point made 9,773. The CR at the bottom right there is what your money is. I'm just kind of trying to hop up on that, but I can't. Oh, dead. Dead. At this point, I have destroyed 13 robots. 14. But who's counting, you know? The game is. Not me, but the game. Haha. And we're just gonna keep running around. Like I said, I have this part sped up because otherwise it would be a long video. And I don't think you guys want that. So, You do see at the top other machines talking and stuff like that, like the other characters. Now, not every single one that you see talk is important to the story or plot. It's just more or less random gibberish from the game. And if you get damaged, you can run to a gate and leave, so that way you don't get destroyed and take a heavy loss on your income. When you get destroyed, you have to pay a fee for more or less repairs. So that's something you do definitely want to avoid, more often than not. Now, sometimes you will get destroyed. No ifs, ands, or buts. And when that happens, it sucks. But there's not much you can do. Like, if you encounter a super jacked enemy, well, then you're kind of just going to be boned. Now, like I said, as you play, stuff gets customized. Like, your enemies will be more geared and customized, tuned, I guess would be the ideal saying. And when that happens, you know, shit happens. Right here, like that part right there, is because I could not see what was going on my screen. I could see the steps, I could see everything, and I ran back down, like I said, hard as hell to see on my end. But on here, I could see a lot better. Oh my god, my screen was so bad. Now, since I beat the boss, I leave and pretty much done. 8-minute playtime. My chip leveled up. Stats increase. That is something that you're going to want too. Now, when your chip's health gets low enough, you can like copy it over to something else. So there is that. A little bit more story based stuff. Data mechanic is where you save. Saving is always a good thing. And I am playing this on the actual PS2. I'm not playing it on like an emulator or anything like that. Nope. I actually have a physical copy of this game. At this point, I was trying to make my screen a little bit better, but as it turned out, it was just my monitor that I was playing on and had absolutely nothing to do with the game. And with that, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. Until next time, I will catch you guys around.